17-128, State versus Mylan Sweet, breaking or entering theft. Sir, do you have a lawyer?
No, public defender.
Okay.
That's all I have one.
Judge, we inquired as to in the hallway, and I think he declined, but we'll go ahead, and I've spoken with him, and I think he'll qualify. He has a probation violation.
All right.
We waive any of the information in or plead not guilty for him.
Okay, we'll enter that plea of, excuse me, of not guilty. Have him appear before Judge Webb on March 23rd at 8:30 in the morning.
Not late.
State versus Jennifer Willett, 17-129, possession of methamphetamine and drug paraphernalia. 16-417, possession of drug paraphernalia. And I've appointed the Public Defender's Office to represent you. 17-129. Pardon, she appears for arraignment.
Judge, we waive any of the information in or plead not guilty.
Very well, we'll enter that plea.
It's my understanding her bond is at $2,500 based on the affidavit that I've read. I don't know if that's the case.
I thought her bond was set at $10,000.
But it's set at $10,000 on the newer case. I guess there was a,
Your Honor, this particular defendant was arrested in December of 2016 in possession of drug paraphernalia charges. She was arrested in February on drug paraphernalia charges. She's been arrested this month on drug paraphernalia charges. I'm sorry, drug possession charges.
Judge, I believe an alias warrant was issued the last time you were here. She had the scheduling order from her previous case that she was operating under. It's not an excuse, but it's a reason, and I've discussed that with her and her mother at length.
well,
You know, we're going to be in the process of revoking her bond. This lady needs to sit in jail until we can resolve this matter. Letting her out is simply based on this track record. If you look at her other two cases, this lady has a significant drug problem. There is no reason to believe that this lady's going to bond out of jail and walk the straight and narrow. This is our third. This lady's been arrested 3 times in less than 90 days, all for drug charges. She's not addressing it. We need to.
well, let me think about what I want to do. And I have no desire for her to sit in jail if she's just got a drug problem, but I don't know what else we do. It's a difficult problem that we have to deal with every day in the district.
I'll speak with my client. Maybe we can come to a resolution, Your Honor.
Yeah,
Thank you.
thank you. 16-150, State versus Andrew Byer, possession of methamphetamine, driving on suspended, theft. Order that he appear before Judge Webb on March 23rd at 8:30 a.m.
We understand there may be a bond set, Your Honor. Do you know anything about that, or?
Hey, look.
Yeah, I pled guilty to something.
I think originally this gentleman had a $5,000 bond, and I think he actually he came from the state of Texas and turned himself in at our sheriff's office.
I don't see a bond.
I would have no objection, Judge, to that original. The gentleman came from Texas and walked into the Baxter County Sheriff's Office. I would have no problem with him being able to post a $5,000 bond.
Thank you.
You've been gone since last June.
He's got a lot of family local, Your Honor.
Well, would somebody co-sign the bond? Yes.
I believe so.
But if a surety bond, if they'll co-sign it, qualified co-sign.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
17-123, State versus David Fiss. Sir, appointed the Public Defender's Office to represent you.
Yes, sir.
How does he plead?
Not guilty, Your Honor.
We'll enter a plea of not guilty. Jeannie, when will he be returning for pretrial?
June 29th.
The next appearance will be June 29th, 10 o'clock for pretrial. Seventeen 122 State versus Osborne Gavel. Breaking or entering, theft. This is appearing for an arraignment.
He is, Your Honor, will waive reading of the information, enter plea of not guilty, and we'd like to be heard on bond.
Very well, I'll enter the plea of not guilty and have him appear on March 23rd at 8 a.m. Yes, sir.
Judge, Mr. Gavel is 18 years old, just recently turned 18 years old. He lives with his parents here in Mountain Home. He's a lifelong resident here. He is a prime candidate for an OR bond based on what I'm reading in this affidavit as well. While not devaluing the seriousness of the allegations, taking into consideration that there was the allegations that a boat dock was broken into, that based on his lack of criminal history and his age, we'd ask the ABOR to his parents, Judge here in Mountain Home, if any restrictions the court feels appropriate.
Are they here?
They're not here this morning. I don't know. He didn't think they'd be able to make it because he works schedules.
Does he work?
Do you have a job?
No, sir.
Says the state.
This is a theft case. It looks like a break-in at Buzzard Bruce Marina. This gentleman took a kayak, some rods and reels, I guess whatever else he could steal. Judge, he's 18. I agree with Mr. Bailey that his options for running from this court are limited, but we would like to have some supervision over this young man. I'd feel better if his parents were. I don't think he should leave his house.
I would allow a $5,000 signature bond if the parents can co-sign it, if they're qualified sureties, and that home arrest unless he has a medical emergency court appearance or permission, written permission of the court.
Thank you, Your Honor.
16-434 Dwayne Thompson, breaking or entering, theft of property.
There are no pretrial issues to take on the matters that are most closely coming up for trial, hot check charges and possession charges. However, we are proceeding according to the scheduling orders, and we'll continue to do that in all these matters.
Very well. Move your schedule.
Thank you, Your Honor.
17-121 Gary Palmer. He's been appointed public defender to represent you.
Judge, I believe he's been seen by Judge Duffy, but this would be for a formal arraignment.
Okay.
He'd enter a plea of not guilty. Judge, Mr. Palmer currently has a case pending in Division 4 that's coming up for trial relatively soon. If it pleases the court to transfer this one to Division 4, he'll have the same public defender, and I wouldn't want him to make a bond today if something's going to happen in that case next week.
Okay. This indicates he's posted a bond in this case, but at any rate, we'll transfer to Division 4. He'll appear before Judge Webb on March 23rd, 8:30 a.m.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. 17-116 State versus Michael Cox, possession of methamphetamine, paraphernalia, refusal to submit to arrest, obstructing governmental operations, no seatbelt. I've appointed the public defender's office to represent you. So this does it need to be arraigned? Is it,
I believe so, Your Honor.
how does he plead?
Not guilty.
We'll enter that plea of not guilty. This case is before Judge Webb. He's ordered to appear before Judge Webb on March 23rd at 8:30 a.m.
Judge, do you note that he has a bond in this matter?
Let me see.
We're showing a $5,000 bond, Your Honor.
That's what's on the information.
Okay.
I'll be able to, yeah.
If you can bond out.
Should be able to, yeah.
Bond set at $5,000.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
State versus Shelby, Helen Chevalier, 16-425, possession of controlled substance with purpose to deliver, several other drug charges. 16-406, drug charges. 16-373, several drug charges.
Your Honor, I believe discovery's complete in these matters.
Okay.
I believe there's also a no bond on Ms. Chevalier. Didn't know if we could address bond, Your Honor.
Why is there no bond, do you know?
I believe we bonded out in early December. I think we were on an ankle monitor. And then they got her on a probation revocation.
No, I didn't get probation revocation. Well,
I don't
they
think
told me
she's
I
on
want a
probation.
bond revocation because I felt it says.
They revoked her bond, Your Honor, I believe for a failed urine test.
That's correct. Your Honor, this defendant has 3 cases. The first case was charged in December 9th of 2016 for possession of drug paraphernalia and furnishing, possessing or using prohibited articles. That was a Class B felony. And then on December 12th, she was charged with possession of controlled substance with the purpose to deliver methamphetamine. She was charged with about 8 other drug charges. And then it was at that point that she was revoked based on an earlier case that was filed November the 7th, 2016. So she's been in our jail. I think she had put a $30,000 bond on her at that point. She was out on a $20,000 bond in November of 2016. She made a $20,000 bond, and then we arrested her December 9th, and the bond in that case was a $2,500 bond. And then when we arrested her on December the 12th, we had a $30,000 bond. So at this point, she has like a $52,500 bond. And I think
Has she got
failed to
priors?
protest. What's that?
Priors?
Don't.
Oh, 5,000 cash plus weekly drug testing. If she's going to continue to violate the bond, we might as well get some money out of it, or the county.
Your Honor, she has served, I believe, 90 days, if that makes any difference to the court.
It does.
$5,000 cash only.
Yep.
Thank you, sir.
Eleven, 164 Haley Bunch. Delivery of methamphetamine, marijuana near certain facilities. I've appointed the public defender to represent you. You appear for an arraignment on the petition to revoke your suspended or probationary period.
Judge Warner played not true for her. We'd like to have her brought back next week in front of Judge Webb.
Okay. March 23rd, 8:30 a.m.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
State versus Timothy Gibbs. Possession of methamphetamine, drug paraphernalia, driving on suspended, no proof of insurance. Sir, I've appointed the Public Defender's Office to represent you. You're here for an arraignment on the petition which is filed to revoke your probationary period or suspended sentence.
We're pleading not true to that today, Judge. We would like to request that this matter be rescheduled for next week in front of Judge Webb for hopeful disposition
Okay.
in all
We'll,
matters.
I had signed the judgment, but I can schedule him to appear on March 23rd, at
That'd be
8
great.
a.m. If nothing happens, we need to schedule it for a hearing.
We'll let the court know if it's not resolved on that date, Your Honor.
Tell you what, I'm gonna go ahead and set a hearing on April 13th.
Okay.
To have him appear before Judge Webb for a resolution if possible.
Okay, thank you.
State versus Gavin Reed. Theft case original. This is for a revocation. 15-84.
Judge, this is a situation that I think we will resolve here today. I've spoken with probation earlier this week, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, this will be converted to a contempt. It's all right. Chad told me that. And he'll need to serve 89 days in the county jail on that, Your Honor. With credit for the time that he's done so far. I went over all these with Chad on Monday afternoon. That's the only one I was able to do.
Mr. Reed, while on probation, have you failed to report to your probation officer as
I
directed?
did. Yes, sir.
Change residence without letting them know?
I was working, forgot all about going to see him.
I'm gonna find you contempt of court, sentence you 89 days in the county jail, credit for time served.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
State versus Kayla May, possession of controlled substances, 1529, 1554, same, similar charges, I should say.
Judge, Ms. Nizio has been approved for drug court. We had asked to continue this case till Judge Webb's docket on next week.
Okay, I'll continue the hearing in the case till April 13th, but order she appear before Judge Webb on March 23rd at 8 a.m. in case there's a plea into drug court.
Thank you, Judge.
15-82, State versus Corey Weaver, breaking and entering theft. 15-74, fleeing and a variety of other charges.
Let me see if you signed this one or.
Sir, there have been petitions filed to revoke your probationary or suspended sentence. You're here for an arraignment on that,
I'm going to plead not true today, Your Honor.
okay? And I've appointed the Public Defender's Office to represent you. I'll have you appear before Judge Webb on March 23rd at 8:30 a.m.
Next week, okay. Thank you, Your Honor.
Joseph Waugh, 14-10, yes. Originally it's a drug case. There's a petition to revoke.
Your Honor, Mr. Waugh is changing his plea to one of true today.
Okay. Is there any kind of an agreement on the sentence?
Yes, Your Honor. Your Honor, Mr. Waugh is going to be sentenced by this court with the court's approval, obviously, to 1 year in the CCC program.
Is that it? Just,
He would need to complete the 9-month program, Your Honor. I understand you can complete that by completing the 9-month program. Your Honor, this young man seems to have a significant drug problem. We've been fighting, it looks about like for the last 2 years. Maybe that will help him.
okay, sir, there's been a petition filed to revoke your probationary period or suspended sentence and an amendment to that. Have you gone over with your attorney the allegations that the state's made as to why you?
Yes.
Okay. You understand the allegations against you and the range of penalties if your probation is revoked?
Yes.
Are you admitting that you've committed driving offenses
Yes.
while your license was suspended?
Yes.
Are you admitting that you're in possession of some drug paraphernalia and marijuana while on probation?
Yes.
Did you not report as directed to your probation officer?
For the most part, I have.
Okay.
There was just a month or two where I just kind of lost myself.
Right. And you've not made payment as directed? Fines and costs?
I was paying my PO fees, but fines, I haven't had a job in a while.
Okay. This time, sir, I'll find you violate the terms and conditions of your probation and revoke your probation for delivery of marijuana, delivery of methamphetamine. You'll be sentenced to 1 year in the Community Corrections Center. You're again ordered to pay $200 in cost, $1,000 fine, DNA fee of $250, drug crime assessment of $125, $20 booking fee. Pay what you owe at the minimum rate of $100 per month, beginning within 60 days after your release.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thirteen -319, State versus Donald Dreggers, possession of paraphernalia, controlled substances.
Decline counsel.
Judge, it's my understanding, we're not asking for an appointment, but it's my understanding the state's going to amend this to a contempt, and he'll plead true to that today to serve 89 days in the county jail.
Okay. Are you representing yourself, sir?
Yes, sir.
Sir, you'd be better off with a lawyer representing you. The lawyer knows, is trained in the law and knows how to make objections and present evidence and make arguments that you might not know how to make.
I was pretty guilty.
All right. Tell you what, this case is before Judge Webb. I'll just have you appear before him on March 23rd at 8:30 a.m. Thank you. 16-327, State versus Ricky Estes, residential burglary, battery in the third.
Judge, this is our plea deadline. We received a plea yesterday, and I've communicated with Mr. Estes about that. He is declining that plea. We'll move forward to schedule the trial on April 19th.
Very well.
Thank you, Your Honor.
16-333, State versus Ronnie Hooten, Levi Hooten, aggravated assault, endangering the welfare of a minor, public intoxication. Mr. Hooten, I've looking at a police statement here. Have you gone over this document?
Yes, sir.
Do you feel you understand what's set out in the police statement?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand the charges against you and the range of penalties if you're convicted?
Yes, sir.
Are you pleading guilty to endangering the welfare of a minor in the second degree and public intoxication?
Yes, sir.
By entering this plea, you're giving up your right to have an attorney, and also you cannot appeal. Do you understand that?
Absolutely, sir.
Are you entering the plea freely and voluntarily?
Yes, sir.
And, sir, because you're guilty of these offenses?
Yes, sir.
This time, sir, I accept your plea, judge you guilty. Okay. For endangering the welfare of a minor, you'll be placed on 12 months probation. For public intoxication, you're sentenced to, it says one. One what?
Should be 1 day.
One day in the county
incarceration.
jail. Be suspended. You pay $200 in cost, a $500 fine, a $20 booking fee. Pay what you owe at the minimum rate of $100 per month, beginning within 30 days.
Yes,
You
sir.
make your payments to the sheriff's department here in Baxter County.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Your Honor, I don't see it on the plea document, and maybe it's in his terms and conditions, but this gentleman is to have no contact with the victim in this matter, or any member of the family. I don't see that written here. Certain
Was that part of the agreement?
We didn't discuss that, but I will talk to my client about that. There's been a no contact order in place.
That'll continue for
And
the
we'll just-
next year, you know.
Well, I tell you what, let me know if that's a deal breaker.
Do you understand that?
Yeah, that's fine.
That's fine.
That's fine.
Same as it's been for a while.
Yeah, that's no problem.
Now, he's indicated that.
That's fine.
Okay, sir. Just visit with this gentleman right here, okay?
Okay.